So today we're doing a sprint project. Sprint project is a accumulation of everything you did for this whole week. So you'll be using HTML, CSS, and a little bit of JavaScript, and you'll be using responsive design. So that's what a sprint project is. So what we're gonna do is it's not a grouped assignment. So make sure that you're doing it yourself. If you have any question, let me know, and we can work on it, inshallah. So let's check the repository. So the sprint project I talked about a little bit. It's basically a bigger project than the other projects you did. So make sure that you look through the files. The main files is the design file. Make sure the final product looks like this, and also the responsive looks like this, the mobile responsive. So the first step you need to do is you need to fork. So make sure you fork. So yes, do you have a question? So I'll answer your questions, inshallah. I will try to finish this quick so that you guys can get to it. So the first step is forking. So you click fork and you click your name, or it will just automatically process like this. Make sure your name is right there. If your name is not right there, it means this is not your repository. The next thing is you add me as a collaborator. So go to here, settings, go to manage access, and add me right there. Invite collaborator. So just put Duran Ali right there and invite me. You go back to your code, and then you clone it. You copy this. Make sure you open a new folder. So what I will do is I'll go somewhere like my pictures or maybe desktop. So go to desktop, create a new folder, call it something like a sprint, and then inside there I'll clone it. So I'll open my git bash, and then I'll just clone here. Make sure you open a new place, otherwise you could mess up with other things. So git clone, paste the link, and it will just clone that file right there. And make sure you cd into it, and cd means you just enter the folder. So wait until this finishes.
We can't hear you, sir.
You can't hear me? Can you guys hear me? Can anybody hear me? Okay. I think I should stop the recording. Let's see. How about now? Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. How's everyone's? Can you guys hear me? Mohammed?
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Okay. All right. I don't know what happened. Okay. So did you guys hear what I said about the cloning? So, so I did basically, I went to settings, I added the myself. So you add Duran Ali right there. You go back here, and then you clone this URL. So you copy it, and then open a new folder. So I'll create a new folder in desktop. I'll call something like a sprint, and then I'll open my git bash and say git clone right here. So that's what I did so far, and it cloned it there. So what I will do is I'll go into that folder. I'll open a git here, git bash, and then I'll say I'll create a new branch. I'll say git checkout b Duran Ali. So right there, it's created, and then I'll open the editor. So I'll say something like code dot. So now this is where I start working on the assignment. How it opens the editor. I had issues with VS Code. So it opens the editor, and you look through the files. You look through the files, you see the JavaScript file is here, the HTML is here. If you want to check how it looks like, you open the HTML to a browser. So this is what it should look like when you open it. It doesn't have the navigation or things like that. So that's the stuff you guys gonna create. So you could check the CSS file. So the CSS file is in CSS folder here. It has a lot of things already, but you could just keep going from here and type your stuff. But make sure you follow this design to as close as you can. The home desktop for the computer, and then the mobile. It's not coming here, but so that's pretty much it. And then after you're done with it and you finish and you think everything's good, you say git add, and then git commit, and then you write comment. You say something like finished or something like that, and then you say git push u origin, and then you say Duranali. So your branch that you created. So that should push to my repository on GitHub. Okay. Let's see. Yeah. So now when I go back here and I refresh it, it should give me a new branch. So this one is not showing me a compare and contrast, but it shows here a new branch. You could just go to here, new branch, and you could say here pull request. So if it doesn't show the compare and pull request, you could just click pull request here. And actually, okay. You have to create a new, because I didn't do any changes to it. So that's why it's not showing any pull request. So, but if I made change here in, let's say, the README, I changed, and I save it, and now I say git. So every time you make a change, you say git add, git commit, and changed, and then git push. So that's what you do every time you make a change. So now it should show me the pull. Yeah, it should show me that compare and pull. So always make sure your name is right there, and you have a new branch. So did you do that? I don't know if I did it right, but let's see. So if I go to my branch, I'm taking all your time, guys. I don't see the change I made, so that means I did not save it or something. Save this. Let's see. Let's say, so when you have issue, you say git status. So you see now I modified this. I'll say git add, git commit, and then fixed, something like that. And then git push u origin. Then you say Duranali. And hopefully now it should have the change. So as you can see, so now I'll say compare and pull request. So this is when you're finished with the assignment, and then you choose your branch. No, that's not my branch. You choose your branch here. Where's my branch? Yeah, right here. And then you add a reviewer here. So you'll see my name here if I accepted you. And then you say create a pull request. So after you finished all this, you copy the URL. So either this URL or just your normal repository. Go to the forms and go to sprint reflection. So it's not daily reflection, it's a sprint reflection. Make sure you do that. And then after that, you submit this form and put the link here. And here you'll find the sprints. So the first one is build up marketing websites, the first one. And you submit it, you're done. So that's your process for today. Let me know if you have any issues, if you're stuck about anything. We're gonna finish it in 4 hours. I'll give you guys a little more time because I took your time now. So I'll give you maybe another 20 minutes after 10. So that'll be it. So you submit your work. Even if you haven't finished it, if you didn't finish it, just submit your work. because the thing that I'm counting is what do you submit, and then after that we're gonna evaluate and we're gonna see, okay, you haven't finished this part, so now redo this part. But if you haven't submit any code, then that means you didn't even do the assignment. So submit something before the assignment, before the day ends. So hopefully you submit completed project. So any questions you guys have about this? Any questions?
Can you upload this recording into the Slack somewhere?
Yeah, I'll just upload it. We had a little trip issue with the audio, but I'm gonna upload it right now and put it in Slack, inshallah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have a question, Steph. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Yes, I can hear you.
Normally, when you're doing the Git bash and clone it,
Yeah.
do you have to invite a collaborator and do that every time, or just one time?
So normally if you're just working with yourself, no. But this one is because we're practicing working with the team. So later on, there's going to be a whole month where you're going to work with the team. So you keep inviting people. So that's why we're practicing, because this is the normal way of they do in the corporate world. Like
Okay.
if you work at Google, Facebook, anywhere, you always invite collaborators to check your work. So it's just a practice. And also that's the only way I can see your code, the changes you made. Yeah. Otherwise,
Okay.
I have to go to your profile and I have to check everything and I have to compare things. So it's easy that way. Any other question? And I shared this this Git flow. So just follow this Git flow. You go to assignment, you fork it, go setting, all this, and the comments are right here too. So if you follow this Git, you'll be fine. Okay. All right. So I'll give you guys your time. Go ahead, fork it and get started, and we'll get back. I mean, we will not have another stand up, but submit your work, and I will message you if you didn't submit by the end of today. So by the end of 10, maybe 10, 20, 10, 30. If you didn't submit something, I will message you. So I'll see you tomorrow, guys. Keep try your best. All right, guys. Take care. Assalamu alaikum.
All right.
Okay.